Today I am going to explain to you how to shear a sheep that has never been sheared or just an overgrown sheep. So for example, this sheep right here has never been sheared his entire life. He has 3 years worth of wool on him, and I had to learn some new techniques to shear off all this wool. So I am going to share these techniques with you guys, so stay tuned. So one of the first things I had to learn is how to tighten up my shears to a point where it will still cut the wool, but also not nick the sheep. So I had to tighten up my shears pretty tight. And with this, it leaves a lot of ridges behind. And leaving a lot of ridges behind is kind of necessary whenever the sheep has this much wool. You don't want to nick the sheep, so therefore leaving ridges is totally fine in this situation. Next year, you just shear them better. Another thing that I had learned is to hold the mats up. So the mats, whenever they fall down, they tend to leave something called an tension wrinkle. And with the tension wrinkles, you can easily nick them. So this could be really bad because whenever a tension wrinkle happens, it can hold a lot of skin with it, and it could be a humongous nick, and they could be bleeding instead of just like a little scratch wound. So it's kind of like you have to go in blind and just hope that you're shearing all the wool underneath them. Like what I said, you just have to do better next year and make sure that they are a completely nice and kind of like a bald look for next year. So sometimes there are matted spots, and you kind of just have to leave them behind. Not all matted spots, because they're just nothing but mats right now. And with these matted spots I'm trying to explain is there's usually matted spots right on the chest, and it can be right there on the chest bone. And you can tell that I did nick the sheep here, but it's because I was trying to get one of those matted spots. And you can't really get underneath it with your shears whenever it is attached to the skin. And you kind of just need to wash the matted spot off. I don't know the proper way to wash it. I don't know if there's like a proper soap or you just use water. So please look that up before you just do it as a shepherd, as a person that owns the sheep. But just like the normal techniques, you start on the stomach, you shear down the stomach, you do up around the legs and through the crotch area. You do the hind leg, and then you shear up the neck, you clear off that left shoulder, and then you get set up for the long blows. You do the long blows, and then you go down that left shoulder and then down on that hind leg. And right now, this is the number one big struggle that I had to do at the very end, is making sure that the coat was completely off. Okay, if you guys find this to be helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.